సరే వస్తాయని అడుగుతా అనిపిస్తుంది ఎప్పుడు అపాయింట్మెంట్ పెట్టుకుని ఏంది పెట్రోల్ తిన్నే పెట్టాను మరి
మాట్లాడేది క్లోజర్ వైడ్ ఎక్కువ పెట్టు మాట్లాడేది ఎక్కడ గ్రూప్ ఉంటే అక్కడ క్లోజర్ పెట్టేసి జూమ్ చేసుకో ఇది రికార్డింగ్లో పెట్టుకున్నావా రికార్డింగ్ పెట్టు ఆల్రెడీ పెట్టేసండి సుడేసాను
నెట్ ప్రాబ్లం చూసుకొని జూమ్ చేసి ఇంకా సైడ్ పైకి వెళ్ళండి
ఇంకా పైకి ఏం చేస్తున్నా సరే ఆడియో సెట్ చేసుకొని కిందకప్పుడు ఇక్కడ వాళ్ళు వచ్చే షాట్లో లైవ్ పైన అయితే చూడు అసలు అయిన తర్వాత నువ్వు పైన కొంచెం తీసేసి లేటెస్ట్ పైన ఉంటే ఉంటుంది పైన ఇంప్రూవ్ పెట్టాలి సరే సరే ఓకే అక్కడే ఉంది
ఎక్కువ తీసుకున్నాను నేను ఒపీనియన్ తెల్లతో బయట వర్క్ మీద ఉన్నాను ఉడికేసాను అదిగా పంచాయతీగా ఇక అందుకే ఉంటుంది ఏముంటుంది ఇంటికడ 12:30 దాకా చెప్పు రాత్రి ఇంటికడ ఆయన వస్తే మన కానీ ఎప్పుడు వస్తాడు అది ఫోన్ చేయి సార్ రావాలి 1 అవర్ లేదంటే ఫోన్ చేయాల్సింది
నేను చేశాను వచ్చారు బాత్రూంలో ఉన్నారు రికార్డింగ్ ఫస్ట్ కంపోజింగ్ తర్వాత
చేయాలి ఇంకా
జనరల్ ఆడియో బండ్లు వస్తాయి ఫోన్ మాట్లాడేది మర్చిపోయి సార్ రెండున్నరకు జనరల్ ఆడియో ఆఫ్ చేసి ఉంచుకోండి
Thank you, everyone. So to take it forward, I would request Giri to come on the dais and share a few words with us.
So, Swagatam for all my folks from Telangana and Andhra. Adab for my friends here. And most importantly for our Bangalore team, Namaskara. It's so nice. When people get together, you can create magic. So, we would not be in a position to stand here and speak and feel privileged, but for a chain of events which have happened over the last 15 odd months, I would say 4 years, the time Venkat started off with Sentient, and then you grew to about 100 people around the time I joined last year, and then we had Mac come over, and then Justin and the 80 kg folks came over, and then today you see where we are. So do you believe progress is about people? Yes? Yes? Or is progress about workstations? People. Put your hands up if you feel progress is about people. Great. Now here is a small exercise. Count the number of faces you see on the posters around you. What's the one thing you see in the posters around you, if you have noticed the posters? What do you see? There are smiles. So that's the whole idea of this great investment, is to have a smile on your face as you ensure that the customers have a great experience. I mean, this is a choice, a conscious choice Ascend has made in an investment in Sentient so that we have happy people. And happy people make happy customers. Happy customers make happy stakeholders. So it's an inevitable change, just as a natural chain of evolution. The whole idea is we want you to feel good when you walk into the office. I'll quote a friend of mine who used to say, in the morning when I get up, you shouldn't feel, oh my God, I have to go to the office. You should say, yeah, I want to go to the office. And this really is a tribute to all of you, so that you can come here and give it your best. So welcome to your new office, and I want to hand the stage over to Mac Holland. Mac Holland is kind of, you can almost call him the silent champion. A lot of you won't even know him, and that's really his intention. He doesn't want to be known, but I insist he must be known, because without Mac, none of this would have been possible. So please welcome Mac Holland to the stage.
Thanks, Giri. It's awesome to be back in India. The Ascend folks who haven't been here yet don't know this yet, but one of my favorite things about being here is how friendly and welcoming all of you are. And so thank you for being that way. I hope you all have already felt that over the last 30 minutes or hour, and I'm looking forward to spending time with each of you guys over the next couple of days. Back in January, we were at the Westin, right? Just dreaming of having a space big enough to fit all under one roof, but instead we couldn't do that at MBK or Capitol Park, and so we had to go to the Westin. And look at us now. Isn't this amazing that we have this beautiful new office space that's amazing and going to serve us so well for the many years to come. So thank you, Giri and Abhishek and so many others who brought this office space to life. I know there's a lot of gratitude in this room. As you all know, we're pretty future-oriented at Sentient, right? We love setting big goals. Oftentimes those goals show up on our one-page plan, which is a document many of you are familiar with, and the same is true at Ascend, too. One of Sentient's values, I think it's on the wall somewhere, is making tomorrow better, right? And that value to you all means continuous innovation for continuous progress. And on our one-page plan, right, that same document that has our values and our goals, we have a theme, and that theme in 2024 has been build for the future. At the beginning of this year, building for the future started with a sole focus of crushing tax season and crushing busy season across tax, audit, and CAS, as we realized that this wouldn't be possible, and the next office wouldn't be possible unless we had an amazing busy season to start off this year. So first off, thank you all for making that happen. you all put the wind in the sails, literally, of the Sentient organization and enabled Giri to bring this office space to life. And as a result of busy season at the beginning of this year going so well, the leadership team and I of Sentient got the chance to start working on the business over the last 6 months. So some of the things that we've done is we've made 2 awesome hires in Sri Charan, IT leader, and Abhishek, head of people. Abhishek's been strengthening the culture of the Sentient organization through the renewal events. I've been seeing pictures of those. Looks like you all enjoy them. I've spent a ton of time with VJ and the AVPs to think about what work do we want to do at Sentient, right? What work are we going to say yes to? We're going to be excellent at that. We're going to build process and train around it. We're going to hire for it. And what work are we going to say, hey, let's get to that in time, right? Let's narrow the focus and raise the quality bar. We've also, made lots of investments in IT, and hopefully, the latency issues that existed in January are no longer, which is exciting. I've personally been telling the story of what we're building at Sentient to many of our Ascend partner firms, and we've got about 20 folks in the room today, which is super exciting. And Abhishek and team have been really busy hiring, right? The talent that we're bringing on is hopefully really inspiring to all of you who all want to work with great people, and I know there's lots more folks coming soon. So back to our theme, right? The theme for this year was build for the future. When I was on the stage at the West End, we were hopeful that we were going to have an awesome future, but it hadn't really come together yet, right? We were kind of speaking before it came into existence. And my kind of message to you all today is the future is really close now, right? The future is just around the corner. And one of the ways that's kind of manifesting itself is we've got 10 partner firms, 10 Ascend partner firms in the room today, which is awesome. So thank you guys for making the long trip from the United States. And we have about 10 more partner firms back home in the US who aren't here today. Some of them couldn't come for logistical reasons, and others are just joining Ascend soon, right? Their firms are going to sign up and say yes in the next few months. And as we look ahead to 2025, we all, this group of people, has the opportunity to meaningfully contribute to our firm's success in 2025. I think that we actually will do 10% of Ascend's billable hours in this building with this group of people, which is honestly a really exciting thing to be talking about. In other words, 10% of Ascend's revenue is going to get generated in this room, which is really awesome. And so I want to leave you all with this. We want Sentient to be the best accounting firm in India, right? And for that to be true, each of us, each of the accountants in this room, myself, we all have got to make a decision. The decision we need to make is one that we get to make each and every day, right? And that decision is the answering this question. Do I want to be great today, right? Do I want to show up for my colleagues and my clients with greatness? Do I want to deliver that work product with excellence? And do I want to be the best tax manager in Hyderabad? Do I want to be the best CAS staff in Hyderabad? Do I want to be the best audit senior in Hyderabad? Hopefully that's exciting and motivating. The answer to that question is yes. And if that's not true of you today, that's okay. But there's no better time to put on that identity and start believing that than when you start working in this new office space over the next couple of weeks. So I'm so excited. I believe in all of you. We love Sentient at Ascend, and that's true of these folks here who are just getting to know you. They're so excited to meet you all tomorrow. And I'm thankful that each of you are part of the Sentient team. So with that, I want to pass it over to my friend and colleague, David Wurzbacher. David is Ascend CEO. David studied, I want to share with you all a little bit about David. David studied finance, and he began his career in New York City. He worked at JP Morgan, biggest bank in the world. He went on to get his MBA at Harvard Business School, and before leading Ascend, he was the CFO of a successful business that he and I actually worked together in for 5 years. And so David and I have known each other for a long time, and I trust his leadership so much that I followed him to join Ascend, and that led me here to you all. He's a great leader, and we're really fortunate to have him piloting us at Ascend. And so with that, welcome, David.
All right, I'm really so grateful to be here. The office is amazing. Great job, Giri and team. it really just brings me a lot of joy to be here. So who was in the room when I was here in May of 2023? Put your hands up. All right, there's a good bit that we're here. That's awesome. Thanks for doing that. Raise your hand if you've been working with Opsal Dawson, if you're on that team. Cool, yeah, give them a round of applause. Raise your hand if you've been working with ATKG. Who's on that team? Okay, awesome. So a couple interesting things. So Opsal Dawson was the third fastest growing accounting firm in the United States last year, which is pretty awesome. And I would bet that I think ATKG might be named the #1 fastest growing accounting firm in the United States for 2024. It's really cool. And I just want to give, like, those of you who raised your hands that worked with those two firms, I want to give you an extra thank you for doing an amazing job for them, because we, of course, believed that you would do a great job. We had total faith and confidence, but there had to be a lot of hard work and dedication that went into actually doing a great job for those firms, and their testimonials about you have been wonderful. And it has really been a catalyst for bringing a whole, much bigger crowd from Ascend to come visit you this week. So I really am deeply grateful for the hard work and dedication. The last time I was here was the very beginning. Venkat and I had gotten to know each other very early days of starting Ascend, and we realized we had very similar visions for how public accounting could be transformed. And that began a partnership that I'm very grateful for. And when we were here, there were three things that I said. I told you why Ascend exists. I told you I thought we were going to grow really, really fast. I told you that we would make investments here in you and in this company. And so I just want to give you an update on those three things. So the first one, why Ascend exists. So this will be a refresher for some of you that are new, or for some of you that were here before, but if you're new, you'll hear it for the first time. Ascend exists to empower entrepreneurial CPA firms to reach their goals with an innovative growth model to bring their firms into the new age. And what's happening in the United States in public accounting is very, very good firms, many of whom are a part of Ascend, are facing a pretty complex set of challenges right now. There are evolutions in the talent landscape that are making it harder and harder to fulfill soaring client demand. The pace of change in technology is quite intimidating for a lot of firms that don't have talented technology staff to help them navigate those changes. Firms are dealing with succession challenges. Private equity is making investments in the industry, which is adding an entirely new competitive dynamic. There's a desire in public accounting in the United States to increasingly take a step into providing advisory services for clients in addition to compliance services. So most firms, even good ones, look at that set of challenges and they say, this is a lot to deal with. And I'm really proud of my firm and my clients and my team, our place in the market, the way that we service our clients. But navigating the next 10 or 20 years looks challenging. And so we look for excellent firms that have, first of all, have a bedrock of a strong culture. Many of our firms have been recognized for having some of the best cultures in all of public accounting. And that's their achievement, not Ascend's, but that's something that we look for on the way in. We're also looking for partner groups who are young on average, meaning they have a lot of energy left to give for clients. Partner groups that get along with each other, that are aligned around a big vision of what their firm is capable of becoming. And that also are growth-minded. And how that shows up is that they want to transform their businesses in order to survive in the new era of accounting and to thrive. And that growth-mindedness is part of what leads this group of people into the room to come visit you this week. Our vision statement is stay independent, ascend together. And our model is not to create one big firm, it is to create one big firm of firms. And that's very different than anything that's ever been tried in public accounting. But at the same time, we don't want any one firm to have to go it alone. We want them to have the resources that they need in order to continue to flourish. And I think that that model is actually going to be a real differentiator for Sentient over time, because what it means is that you will be able to integrate very deeply with the teams that you work with. You're going to really know the people that you work with. They're going to welcome you into their company cultures. You're going to be talking to the same people all the time. And we know that our firms are very eager to welcome you into their cultures. The fully dedicated staffing model is a real differentiator that I think will create a better employee experience for everybody. So that's why Ascend exists, and we thought that Ascend would grow a lot and that the idea would really catch on quickly, and so I thought I would just give a little update to you on that. So Ascend today is 13 firms that together do $300 million of revenue, which combined makes us the 32nd largest accounting firm in the United States. There are over 40,000 accounting firms, so for Ascend to not exist 2 years ago and be 32nd in the country now is something we're really proud of. And next year, I believe we will ascend into the top 25. I think that next year will probably be double the size we are now, so we'll be 600 million of revenue. That's 3,000 employees compared to 1,300 today. And one of the things that I wanted to share with you all is that Ascend is one of the most exciting stories. It's considered a game changer in public accounting in the United States, and you are a part of that story. So we're really, really proud of what we've done. We're really proud of the amazing partner firms that have decided to be a part of Ascend, and we're really proud of you for being a part of that story. We have a big, hairy, audacious goal just like you do, and ours is to be a top 20 firm with the most engaged employees in an industry that we have revitalized. That's our BHAG. And when we talk about having the most engaged employees, yeah, thank you. To be a top 20 firm several years from now, I think you'll need to be $1 billion of revenue, just to give you an idea of size. But that's really not the emphasis for us. The revenue is a marker of the momentum that we have. It's a marker of the scale that we can bring to bear. But what's most important about our BHAG is the goal of having the most engaged employees. And that includes all of you. It is why we have made the investments that we have made in Sentient, is so that you can love working here and you can love contributing to the company that you're a part of. I said when I was here last that we were going to make investments in Sentient, and I want to just recap some of those. So first of all, and very importantly, was hiring Giri to develop a strategic vision and to execute on that strategy. I love the vision of unlocking growth. It's very special. And the theme this year of building the future, all of that is, it's really important to begin with the end in mind and understand where you're going so that you know how to put one foot in front of the other as you go. It also included bringing Abhishek on and to lead all things people. The primary advantage of having Sentient be fully a part of Ascend rather than Ascend using a vendor for outsourcing is because of what we can do with people. The way we can invest in attracting talent, training people, developing you, offering compelling career paths, building a culture and celebrating what makes you unique. And Sricharan, where did he go? There he is. And investments in technology are so important too, and that's going to become increasingly true. Ascend has hired a chief artificial intelligence officer that is from Hyderabad. So you will get to meet him. His name is Prasad. He'll come around here. He wants to help all of you build automation into your workflows. And that's really exciting for you from a career perspective, because it's going to allow you to continually advance the way that you contribute to Ascend's partner firms, right? What you're doing today is not what you're going to be doing several years from now as technology takes hold, and that's going to allow you to elevate the way that you contribute to public accounting. So thank you to these three leaders for being here and for everything that you've done. And I also am deeply grateful to Vijay, Madhu, Kartik, SJ, and Venkat for getting Sentient started and for believing in the vision that we had of what we could build together. I hope all of you feel that we're following through on the promises to invest in Sentient and make it special. 2 thumbs up from Vijay, that's great. You know, this new office space clearly represents a significant investment from Ascend, and also the new branding. I think the sign looks amazing out there, and you know, we love the name Sentient, but we wanted to pull the branding a little closer in to Ascend and this bigger organization that you're a part of. So combining the name with the Ascend logo and playing with the fonts a little bit, our sincere intention is to create a brand that you're very proud to be a part of, and that your friends will say, "You work at Sentient? You're so lucky. How do I get a job there?" So we're very excited to do that. And just a little bit of backstory on the logo. So I'm from Denver, Colorado. I grew up hiking, love being in the mountains, and this little logo here, it has a lot of different meanings, but it is partly a picture of a mountain, and the top of that mountain has a kind of a shiny green color to it. And the idea when you look at it is we want people to remember that everyone is on a personal journey to somewhere better. And there's an individual aspect to that for each of you. You have your own personal, professional, and financial goals. There's also a collective journey that we're all on to transform public accounting and to do a great job with each other. So I hope you'll think of that whenever you see the logo. So I have just a call to action for everybody. This is a week where we're going to celebrate what you've done. We're also going to look ahead and consider what's coming and how we continue to be great. As Max said, we've got 20 people from 10 firms who have come a long way, and I can tell you just from the little side conversations I've had, they are so impressed already by you, and everyone looks so sharp, and you're so kind and welcoming, and the space is amazing. But this is a really, really cool start, and I think 100 of you will work with Ascend firms this year. Max said that's 10% of work in 2025. My ask and my challenge is to do a great job for these 10 firms. You know, they have the testimonial of Opsal Dawson and ATKG to rely on, but many of them are taking their own leap of faith to try something new and try a different working model for serving their clients, who are the most important thing in the world to them other than their family. They care deeply about their clients. So my call to action and encouragement is to do an amazing job for them. And one of the things that's great about company values is it kind of gives you a framework for, it gives you a container for, or a framework for thinking about behaviors that are going to deliver the outcomes that we want. And I think that your values are really relevant here. So the first one is here to serve. That mentality is going to get you really far. And being available, we're so thankful to you that you work the hours that you do to have some overlap with us every single day as we take care of clients and seek to stay in sync. Another value is be excellent. So the number one thing that matters for clients is making sure that the quality of work is very high and that it's done on time. So that be excellent value will serve you very well as you're working with Ascend firms. The next one is win together. That's one of ours too. So it's cool that we have a shared value. But this is not a business where, one person kind of does everything from end to end. It takes a team of people to do a great job. And so having that collegial spirit is very important to staying in sync. The next is you matter. So this whole Sentient Ascend thing is going to be really successful if this becomes the place that people want to work. So we're going to start with that investment by saying, hey, each and every single one of you matters. And we mean that wholeheartedly. And you can make sure that everyone else that you work with feels like they matter. Each one of you is going to contribute to the culture that gets cultivated here. And if we do that well, then it's going to be really fun one day to look back and remember when we all fit in this room. Because one day we're going to be doing it like, I don't know, at a cricket stadium or something. And we're going to say, remember when it was just 100 of us in that room, in that brand new office? So that's going to be really fun. And then last, just making tomorrow better. If you do all of these things, we're going to have probably 20 firms that come next year and they're going to want to have you help them with 20% of their work. So that would 3 or 4x, whatever the math is, 4x, the amount of work that we can share with you. And that's really exciting because it's going to give you an increasing opportunity to challenge yourself, to develop, to grow, to change the type of work that you're working on, and get exposed to more. So thank you all so much for your hard work. Thank you so much for trusting us with your careers. We really do care deeply about you, and we're glad to have the time together to celebrate this grand opening of your new office. Thank you.
Thank you so much, David, for sharing those inspirational things, vision about where we were, where we are, and we are going to be. So that's quite clear to everyone. Clarity is something that everybody was expecting, and your precise words have really given us a lot of clarity of how we are going forward and what value it's going to add to all of us in the 360 basis. I would request Giri to come on stage and do a vote of thanks to everyone.
Yeah, we'll also probably do a little bit of a Q&A. Yeah. So request Vijay and possibly our leadership team, Karthik, Madhu, SJ, step up please. And Dave, Mac, please be ready for some questions. It could come across from anybody. So we've not prepped you for questions, but this is a good time to ask. We have the who's who of leadership here. And any questions for David, any questions for Mac, for Venkat, for any of us as we celebrate today. And we'll pass the mic around so you can keep your throats intact. Who's going to be that first brave soul?
Questions?
Who'd like to ask us something? Who wants to know more about what's happening? Questions, please. Okay, Sri, you don't qualify, but it's okay. Get us started. You know pretty much everything about everything. Go ahead, Sri, get us started. Maybe it'll inspire somebody.
Yeah, I think nice to know that Prasad is from artificial intelligence background. I thought it's only product development. So Hyderabad is known to be a hub for artificial intelligence. They are churning out quite professionals. Even my daughter is studying that. So I was sending some articles to Giri even 6 months, 4 months back of the products in this space. Is it just automation or artificial intelligence and automation? Like, what is the roadmap? I know it's a technology question, not meant to you for Nanji and others, but what is the roadmap we are looking at?
Yeah.
Because
Thanks for asking the question. So the roadmap is under development. So Prasad's brand new. He started in September. He's been spending time with our firm just kind of watching how people work. But if you have spent any amount of time in client service and public accounting, you know that the the methods of service delivery are it's very clunky. So there's lots of different tools that you use, and I gotta go in here to do this thing, and then I download and I twist and turn, and then I upload it over here, and I gotta watch the spinny wheel thing go on. So there's just a lot that goes. There's a lot about the employee experience that isn't very streamlined the way we would all expect it to be from a technology standpoint today. There's also, it's very clunky on the client side as well, because they are like, oh, I gotta upload my documents into this portal, and I sign documents in this other portal, and some things I send by email, and some things I drop off in a basket to the office. So the client experience is also very different. So there's maybe a million things that we could do, and the first thing Prasad is doing is evaluating which things should we do first and in what order, where's the best return on in terms of the client experience, the employee experience. I do think that a lot of people refer to AI and some of it is automation. But public accounting is very different than revenue cycle management, for example. So revenue cycle management is very, maybe some of you have friends that have worked in revenue cycle management companies here in India, but that's very deterministic, right? Patient goes in, the doctor provides a service, that's 4 or 5 codes, you know this. Each of those codes receives a certain fee from the insurance company, we have to go get it, we have to post the payment. That's all very deterministic, and that's where automation comes in. AI is going to help a lot more in public accounting because not like there's tax code, there's gap guidance, there's IRS case law, but even though that's tens of thousands of pages that you could refer to, it doesn't cover every case every time, and so there's a lot more judgment involved in public accounting than there are in some other industries. But I think one of the things that will happen over time is the interface that the employee has. It's going to say things like, you'll get a little message that says, hey, all of the documents that you need to get started have arrived, and we've checked everything to make sure that we have the right files, whereas that's a very manual process today. And then it'll just say, like, would you like to begin doing the work papers? And then the model might, try to do some of the work papers, and then you go in and you're reviewing that work to see if the model got it right. So there will be some applications of that is like AI. So hopefully that's a little helpful. What we know for sure is that technology can do more than it is doing today. We know that for sure. So the investment that we're making in Prasad and his team is to go evaluate where do we want to pick our spots. And I am 100% sure that Prasad is going to want to come spend time here with all of you to get your ideas of where you think technology could do a better job elevating your contributions.
Sri, thanks for getting us started. So, it's exciting because I've had a fortune to meet Prasad. Just a small trivia, Prasad and I studied in the same college, 91, 93. So it makes it even more special to continue working with him. So looking forward to him, and we'll probably get something started soon at Sentient for him. Any other questions? Anything else anybody would like to know? There it is. Go ahead. Just let me know who you want the question to be answered by to. Please pick your favorite.
It's for the floor.
Okay.
First of all, congratulations on the new office. It looks amazing. I know a lot of hard work has been going on in the background. So I think Dave mentioned that...
Introduce yourself, please.
Okay, my name is Yash. I'm an audit manager here at Sentient. So Dave mentioned that we'll be moving, our target is to go into top 20 in next couple of years maybe. So what are the steps that would be visible to the team as such that they are planning to take and that you can share? A lot of things go in the background which we are not aware of, but something that you can share with us.
Yeah, so top 20 a few years from now is about $1 billion US dollars of revenue. So you've got 300 million from our firms today. That group of firms will probably do 350 million in revenue just from organic growth. They've got lots of client demand, and they all have big new business goals that they're out chasing, right, Andrea? And then we will add through acquisition at least 250 million of revenue next year. So that's how I get to 600. Then you've got the 600 million. Let's say they grow to 700 million organically, and then you do 300 million through acquisition. So in a couple of years, that's the path to $1 billion of revenue. And just to give you an idea of how would you acquire 250 or 300 million of revenue, it's really not that hard, because the value proposition that we're offering to firms is really strong. It's really good. So we have many $20 million firms that are interested in being a part of Ascend. So 5 of those is 100 million of revenue. Maybe each of those does a $5 million acquisition of their own. That's another 25. So we have acquisitions happening at a couple levels. Some of the folks that are here today were a part of smaller firms that joined Opsal Dawson, or smaller firms that became a part of OnPoint because they wanted to be a part of something bigger too. So that's the path to top 20. I'm very confident that we can do it.
My name is Rajavardhan Reddy. I go by Raj. I'm a new joinee, joining as a senior manager from Deloitte. So the question is, like you mentioned about AI. So we have like ChatGPT and other things in the market. So since we are investing in AI. For example, I can say in Deloitte, we use SideDeck, which is similar platform to ChatGPT, which helps in better writing emails, because the communication is the key thing. It's not just only emails, but many things we can do. So are we planning anything on that?
Yes, thank you, Raj. We haven't rolled it out fully to everybody yet, but we have something called Ascend GPT. It just, has been built on all the large language model technology that you're referring to from your Deloitte days. So that is definitely something that is coming.
Thank you.
Yeah, any questions? You guys are very studious, no interesting questions at all.
Hello. Giri.
Where is the voice? Oh, Narendra, there you are.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Narendra will allow you to go first. Just a fun fact around the room. If anybody says Deloitte, I'm going to charge you 100 rupees. That word is banned here, not because you come from there, it is because, we are going to a place where we are going to be very unique. So you can say that company, but you can't say Deloitte. And all of the folks here know it, so that's why they're smiling.
Sure. So first of all, I would like to thank David and Mac making this wonderful office for our location to work, and our Indian leadership as well. So thanks a lot for that. 3 cheers for our leadership. Okay, so coming to, I have a question to Mac actually. We worked on OFI, Mac, you might remember, opportunity for improvement. So my question is how is that you're looking for next 2-3 years? How to develop our team? How to train them? What plans we have for next 2 years? So can you just put some light on that?
Yeah, happy to. Thanks for the question. So for those who weren't a part of the OFI experience, what we really wanted to accomplish, and then I'll get to your question, was to think through, historically, Sentient, like most outsourcing vendors that, US CPA firms use, the way that the US firm works with the vendor is the vendor says, hey, here's your team. You said you wanted 3 tax staff, 1 tax manager. Here's your team. Good luck, figure out how to use them. And so the OFI that we tackled, which OFI stands for Opportunity for Improvement, that we tackled with VJ and the AVPs, was to put some structure around that question of, let's not just give our firms great people, let's give them a roadmap to defining, or a roadmap to follow that ensures they reach the promised land, right? Which is outsourcing nirvana and making great use of all of your talents. And one of my own personal beliefs is that, and this is what we accomplished with the OFI, was to narrow the focus, right? So think of a bullseye with 3 rings in it and then a center. When you throw darts at or shoot bow and arrow at, or whatever the equivalent here is. And we wanted to really tightly define what work do we say yes to at Sentient. And so that way we could coach our firms to say, start here and recognize that there's an ocean of work that can be accomplished, right, for a given client, and most of that work can be done in India. All of that work can be done in India. And over time, let's wade into the ocean. And so honestly, I think where we're going is the wading into the ocean part, right? Let's start here at the core, the center of the bullseye. Let's make it so that in this room, we have great processes, great training manuals, great knowledge base of excellence, so that we can deliver time and time and time again. And then with this group of people, we're building trust, right? Every time we get it right, more trust goes in the bank, more trust goes in the bank. And then eventually they're like, hey, you guys are crushing this. Can you help us out with this new thing? And it's just a journey that we pursue together over many, many years.
Thanks, Mike, on that. And one more thing, since last 6 months, it's been 6 months for me joining. Every day there's some improvement going on in Sentient, and every day our leadership is, running here and there and putting some. OFI, we worked a lot, so just want to bring that to you so that, we want to know some more little on that. So thanks for that, Mike.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Aish Gupta. First of all, welcoming all of you to Sentient. Okay. You are like an extended family for us. So welcome to Sentient, and many congratulations to all of us on the new office that we have. Yeah. So my question is for David. since we are growing in terms of number and the APFs are being added on, how do we look into the learning side of it? I mean, in the L&D side, what are the developments that we are looking into in the future in terms of L&D?
Well, I might have, where's Abhishek? I'm going to start, you provide some answers, but I want to share just a view I have longer term about training and development in accounting, and then I'll let you answer the question. So the primary way that people have learned in their careers in public accounting is shoulder to shoulder. So I'm going to sit right by you, and we're going to go through work together, and I'm going to point, and you're going to see, I'm going to tell you when you did it right, I'm going to tell you when you did it wrong. And that has worked fine for many years, but it takes a long time. And one of our visions for how to have the most engaged employees in this industry is to have faster career tracks. That means that we need to be able to train people faster than the way people have been trained in public accounting before. Mac mentioned that I used to work at JP Morgan. It's not really shoulder to shoulder training at JP Morgan. It is more of a 2-month, very intensive, all you're doing is training type of an experience, and then you go out and you do work. So that's one way that we could be thinking differently about training. I believe that, so I read about artificial intelligence developments across all industries every single day. And one of the things that's happening in the video game world is if you don't know how to play a game, you can get in and there will be a little agent that watches you play the game and is telling you as you play the game, turn left, turn right, flip this box over, don't go into that cave, you know, those sorts of things. And Claude has come out with something called computer use AI, which is basically a way to control a computer without, you know, mouse and keyboard. So there are things like that that I think long term we're going to be able to bring to the application of training in accounting that's going to help people get up to speed a lot quicker. And I think, you know, 5 or 10 years from now, for sure, everyone in this room, everyone in the rooms at our partner firms, what they're doing every day is going to be different. And it's going to be different in a positive way because it's going to move us all closer to the clients providing advisory services and managing their relationships. Where did...
Thank you, David. Good question, Avish. So with reference to a short answer on what we are doing in terms of L&D, learning and development, for all the lines of businesses, audit, tax, and CAS, we've identified certain areas through the help of all the business leaders of what are our immediate learning needs, midterm learning needs, and long-term learning needs. The idea is to align the business need versus our talent proficiency in a way that we are ready for the needs which are there in the business with all the partner firms. Now there are certain courses which are in-house developed. The business leaders have carved out those learning opportunities for all of us. Some of us will be going it as a first hand, and some of us will be going in pieces. Idea is, for example, January onwards, entire tax team is going to be occupied with the tax season. That's not a point of time where we can engage them in a lot of long-term trainings. So maybe short-term updates will keep coming for all of you, but that's a time probably audit can spend some amount of time to get learned about the new additions. And CAS again will have a monthly cycle of highs and lows. So we are going to utilize the spare time, or rather the less occupied time, and invest in the training part. There are certain courses defined internally, like I said, business has done that. And there are certain partnerships that we are doing in the market. Like Giri mentioned, CPA, CMA, EA, SSCA, all these courses are available for us to equip ourselves and make more domain certified. So ensure that our domain knowledge is better and better. We are doing partnership with certain institutes where we will ensure that you get the best learning opportunities in the fastest possible time. Like Giri mentioned, there's going to be a quiet place available out here. You can utilize that time in upgrading yourself. So digital as well as hard copies will be available for us to keep us going forward. So shortly in the next 2 to 3 months time, we are going to announce step by step of what those quarterly and half yearly and yearly plans are. Does it answer your question? Thank you. Yes, thank you, Giri. So when it comes to communication skills, maybe we are the best in our domains. However, we are not able to communicate. If we are not able to communicate, we will not be able to understand other and will not be able to express ourselves. In order to ensure we all are equipped with the right set of skill sets on communication, We recently launched the Versant assessment test. Versant is one of the market leaders in terms of assessing ourselves in multiple areas of communication. The reports are ready with us. With these reports, we will identify individual as well as group learning needs, and then there is an intervention planned for everyone who will need those specific inputs to upgrade themselves on proficiency in terms of communication skills. So that's one immediate, learning intervention which is on plan. More to be announced LOB-wise by Vijay and team shortly. Thank you.
Plus, we're also trying to align with Ascent's learning approach. So I'm sure some of you have used LumiQ, which also allows your continuing education credits. Some of you who are qualified or need to have that qualification credits. We'll work with those licenses. We were kind of holding back because, as you all probably know, many of you got new laptops and some of you are going to get it. We've all moved into a new Ascent network. So we'll all be in the same network. So the possibilities of us to exchange data is just got faster. So this enables us to push more learning in a centralized way and expect more at this point of time. So a lot of focus on L&D. So Ayush, thanks for asking that question. Any other questions, please? Probably we could take one more at this time. The folks in screen number 2, auditorium number 2. We'll get you a mic, no problem. If you can just announce your name and your business.
Hi everyone, my name is Pawan. I'm an audit senior. We just heard about APF clients and everything. So I just wanted to know what sort of growth or vision you're looking at for the non-APF clients.
Okay. Mac, would you want to answer that or would you want me to talk about it? Yeah. So that's a great question. And how many of you are familiar with the term GCC? Anybody knows what's a GCC? A Global Capability Center. So a Global Capability Center is a form of business where you only work for your own parent company. Now, if you go back to the history of Sentient and Ascent, Sentient actually predates Ascent, which means Sentient started with Venkat in 2019. This is 2024. We're getting to be almost 5 years now. I don't think we have anybody who's gratuity worthy at this time, otherwise you'll remember. But having said that, we already have clients, and some of these clients are IPA top 100 clients. And Vijay can speak to more about how much these clients depend on us to deliver a great experience. For example, if you see in CAS, Karthik will tell you that we deploy a lot of CFO type services, controller type services to some of them. Sometimes they don't even have an accounting department. We are their accounting department. In audit, again, you know that you're so essential to a lot of your third-party clients, Cover Rose and such other clients who really depend upon us and really like what we deliver. Similarly, in tax, they've been really happy. We are 1 season old with a lot of these clients and they're really happy. So the third-party clients, as we like to call them, are continuing to be very happy with Sentient post-Ascent. In fact, we're actually trying to cross-utilize or cross-pollinate a lot of the practices we are learning from Ascent to the extent that it will benefit these clients. The short answer is we will continue to have these third-party clients. But the focus actually shifts to obviously supporting the APFs and grow with the APFs. You heard David, you heard Mac. But in a way, be sensitive and conscious about what we want to offer to the third-party clients. If left to me, I would love to have 10 marquee third-party clients having 30 people each and over 300 people just for third-party clients. But it takes a lot of focus. It takes a huge management effort. So we really have to be conscious about where we want to place our focus and be keyhole focused, laser focused on where we think it most aligns with Ascent strategy, right? Ascent wants to be what? What is the BHAG goal which David set for Ascent? Where do we want to be? Anybody? Now I'll pay you 100 rupees if you tell me. So how much of dollars do we need to get there to? Where are we now? Fantastic, thanks. We are all accountants, auditors and taxes. I'm so glad for that. So it is a long journey. It's a 600 million journey. So we don't want to shift our focus away, but our current clients will continue. In fact, we want to grow with them. Venkat, in fact, yesterday night, in between the dinner, had to get up and go and meet 2 clients and actually present to them what we are capable of. So that effort continues, but like I said, our major effort is to grow the APFs. I just want to have Vijay add a few more points or his perspective.
Thanks. And I have a slightly different take at this question, Pawan. We ideally should not have a distinction between APF and a non-APF. It's a firm that we have to serve. It's the same exact services that we are giving. I think each need to be in the same exact mechanism. And we continue to grow in all the facets. But I think what is very important is, like, David was mentioning, I think we need to step the game up, to be the best that we can be, that Mark was talking about, bring our best to work every day. And, layering on what, Giri was mentioning about, yes, the interest is definitely there. There are a lot of efforts being put in the direction of growth across both APF and non-APF. Only distinction is APF, we have more visibility thanks to David and Mac, leading the charge for us. Any follow-up question to that? Yeah.
I also just want to hear from you all to hear from me too, given I'm on the Ascend team, the importance that we see in the third-party clients and those of you who are serving the third-party clients. I love what both Giri and Vijay said about we shouldn't see a distinction between the Ascend clients and the third-party clients, right? Like the bar for greatness and the imperative to be excellent is the exact same across the two groups. And one of the things that we are learning with the Ascend firms is that we need a roadmap, right? Like public accounting firms in the United States, for the most part, don't know how to make best use of your talents, and so that's what the OFI led to. Later today, we're going to talk about something called the Sentient proven process, and I want to, as well as the newest hire on the Sentient and Ascend team, his name is Josh. You'll meet him later today if you haven't already. But I want Josh and I to also spend a little bit of time coaching the non-Ascend clients on that Sentient proven process, so that way they're following all the same best practices that our Ascend partner firms are too, and hopefully we'll get some of them to India in the next year as well.
Thank you, Mike.
Nice question, Pawan. Thanks. I just want to take a minute and thank all the visitors that have come. It's a long flight, and some of them had to wait 10, 12 hours in transit in airports and make this trip happen. I want to start with Josh. Josh, do you mind? So Josh is the latest addition to Ascend, and it's the first time that he's traveling outside into India. So thank you, Josh, for making the trip. And we would start the first of the firms with ODC. Justin had been here, and now he brings in Adam and Paul. Do you mind standing up for a minute, just so that everyone knows you? So we also have Wilson Lewis, with John and Philip. Cody represents HDGP, HD Growth Partners. Kevin and Chandrika from PP&Co. David and Melissa from OnPoint. Meritza and Tom from LMC. Krista and Linda from I'm sorry. So, yeah. Lucas Horsfall. And Darian from RLB. Jennifer Andrea from Blackman and Sloop. Thank you so much. Thanks for making the trip and being here. And thank you, David and Mac, for pulling all this through. Thanks a lot.
Abhishek, what's next? Are we doing well? I think there are about 30 minutes to spare, I guess, before lunch. So do we want to have everybody go back to the office? Can you give us instructions? What would you like us to do?
Hello. So the plan is that we would request the APF leaders to, along with Giri, to go to the 8th floor. we have lunch arranged for all of us out there. And all the employees who've joined in from Capital Park as well as NBK, we came in those buses. Those buses are waiting on the ground floor. And we can take those buses, the same one, and go back to the offices. Lunch for all of us is arranged in the respective offices. Miles team can stay back out here. We have arranged the lunch for all of you out here. That's the plan. So thank you so much, Giri.
Yeah, Abhishek, if it's okay, we'll allow the employees to go first and then we have some time and then we'll follow them afterwards. That's fine. We'll just have the employees leave first. No problem.
Vijay?
I actually forgot to thank all the employees, who've been here. Without you, none of this is possible. Thank you so much. Thanks for everything that you do at Sentient and raising the bar for us every day. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Vijay.
So
Thank you.
we'll, since we have time, we'll use that to our advantage.
Sure,
So
thank
we can
you.
have them leave.
So we'll request everyone to, take the same elevators, go down and catch the buses for CPK and NBK and CP office. The same bus numbers are there. Pankaj and Chandan from our team will be there on the ground floor to coordinate. Any questions, we can address that. Thank you so much for everyone to joining in. Thank you.
And we request the clients to stay back. We'll go up to the 8th floor for our lunch, so please be and let the employees leave. And one request, please be social media happy. And my name is Giridhar Rajgopal, please tag me. His name is Vijay Damodara, tag him. Tag Abhishek, tag Sri, please tag us. We look old, but we are also on social media. So please do that for us. It'll be really helpful. It'll help us to bring interest towards Ascend and Sentient, and you play a huge part in that. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Stay close to you.